Hey, do you know if you or I hide our income? That's tax evasion. But when the rich do it, it's called strategic wealth planning. Totally legal. They don't break the rules, they use them. In this video, I'll show you how the rich legally hide their money and why we can't. Let's get one thing straight. Rich people don't hide money under their mattress. They hide it in systems, legal systems. Instead of keeping money in plain sight, like a salary or a bank account, they spread it across complicated setups most regular people never use, like offshore companies, trust funds, shell corporations, foundations. To the taxman, it looks like they own nothing. But behind the scenes, they control everything. It's like playing hide and seek, but with millions of dollars and lawyers. Let's talk about offshore account. It sounds like something out of a spy movie, like a suitcase full of cash hidden on a secret island, but nope, it's very real and totally legal if you play it right. Here's the deal. Instead of parking their cash in a regular bank, a billionaire might set up a company in a place like the Cayman Islands, Bermuda, or Panama, countries known for being very friendly when it comes to taxes. These offshore companies don't do much, but they might own stocks, real estate, a yacht, maybe even a business. And because the company is technically based overseas, the money it makes gets taxed under that country's rules, which are often super light or even zero. So instead of paying millions in taxes back home, they might pay next to nothing. Here's the twist. Having an offshore company or account isn't illegal. If you declare it properly and structure it right, it's just called smart money strategy. You and I, we open a savings account, earn 1% interest, and still get taxed. The rich? They open a company on a tropical island and move millions through it, saving a fortune legally. It's like they've got cheat codes, and we're stuck on hard mode with a broken controller. Next up, shell companies. Sounds shady, right? Like something from a crime documentary. But believe it or not, they're totally legal when set up the right way. So what is a shell company? It's basically a company that exists only on paper. No office, no employees, no real business activity. It's like an empty box with a fancy label on it. But here's the trick. Even though it's empty, that company can own things, like real estate, stocks, cash, even other companies. And best of all, it hides who actually owns those things. Let's say a billionaire wants to buy a $10 million mansion, but doesn't want it tied to their name. Easy. They create a shell company. The shell company buys the mansion. So if you check the public records, it looks like the company owns the house, not the billionaire. It's like a financial invisibility cloak. Now imagine stacking shell companies like Russian nesting dolls. Company A owns Company B, which owns Company C, which owns the mansion. Every layer adds more confusion and more privacy. Why do this? Privacy, asset protection, and in some cases to reduce taxes or avoid legal trouble, all while staying technically legal. You and I open a regular bank account. They open 12 shell companies across 4 countries and move money like it's chess. Different game entirely. Now, let's talk about trust funds. And no, not just the rich kid who never worked a day in their life kind of trust fund. We're talking about real financial tools that the wealthy use to protect and pass on money. So, what is a trust? Think of it like a locked vault with a rule book. The rich person put money, stocks, real estate, whatever, into the vault. Then hand the keys to a trustee, someone who manages the vault and follows the rules the rich wrote. Those rules can say things like, give my kid $50,000 a year starting at age 25, or pay for college but no sports cars, or even, they only get the money if they don't mess it up. But here's the slick part. Because technically, the trust owns the money, not the rich person. It's protected from taxes, lawsuits, even ex-spouses. So if someone sues the rich or tries to take their stuff in a divorce, the rich just say, hey, that's not my money, it's in a trust. Talk to the vault. Even better, trusts can help families avoid estate taxes when passing wealth to the next generation. It's like transferring money in stealth mode, under the radar. So while most people save up for retirement, the rich set up trusts that keep their money growing and protected for their kids, grandkids, and beyond. It's like building a money force field that works long after you're gone. All right, here's a slick move billionaires pull off: setting up their own charitable foundations. Sounds super nice, right? Like, wow, they're giving millions to help others. But here's the thing: they're actually donating to their own foundation. So they get a big tax break for that donation. But since they control the foundation, the money doesn't just disappear. Nope, it stays in their world. They get to decide where and when it's spent. Sometimes they even hire their family members to work there. Fancy. So basically, they look generous, save a bunch on taxes, and keep control. It's like a win-win-win, and yep, totally legal. Now here's the ultimate trick. Billionaires don't like having their money tied to their name. If you try to sue them or go after their cash, it's like chasing a ghost. Poof, nothing to grab. Why? Because they hide their assets behind layers of companies, trusts, and legal mumbo jumbo. Think of it like building a fortress around their money with legal walls so thick it's nearly impossible to get in. Meanwhile, if we miss one credit card payment, the bank's calling, texting, and maybe even showing up at our door. But for them, they're basically invisible. So why can't most of us do these billionaire hacks? Well, technically, yes, you could. But here's the catch. These strategies usually need a whole team of experts, lawyers, accountants, tax pros, and all that costs a ton of money, like way more than your average person has lying around. Plus, setting this up takes time and serious know-how. You don't just snap your fingers and suddenly have fancy trusts or foundations. It's a bit like trying to build a spaceship without training or parts. Possible, but super complicated and expensive. It's not illegal or some secret only billionaires get. It's just out of reach for most people because of the cost and complexity. Think of it like this: the rich aren't playing a different game. They're playing the same game, but with way better equipment, coaches, and cheat codes. Meanwhile, the rest of us are still trying to figure out the rules while they're speeding ahead with all the best gear. Well, you might not be setting up an offshore company or a family trust anytime soon, and that's okay. But you can still get smarter with your money. Learn how money works. Make smarter choices with what you've got. Build habits that actually move you forward. Because even if you're not playing on the billionaire level yet, you're still in the game. And every smart move counts. If this helped open your eyes even a little, hit that subscribe button. This is the Brain Bank, where money finally makes sense. New videos every week. I'll see you in the next one.